You stare through the clear glass right into a glowing box. Inside, invisible energy vigorously boils your evening meal. Why doesn't this intense radiation melt your face instantly? At first glance, a thin window cannot block powerful waves. But the truth behind this glass will shatter your intuition. We are accustomed to believing that transparent means completely open to any light or energy forms. However, this simple kitchen appliance is silently hacking our core understanding of solid physics. It is a stunning illusion proving how malleable reality becomes when you understand quantum secrets. Today we explore why this mundane box is actually an impenetrable fortress deceiving your own eyes. We must start with the brilliant mind who turned a military accident into a household masterpiece. In 1945, an engineer named Percy Spencer stood next to an active military radar set. Suddenly, he noticed that a peanut cluster bar in his pocket had completely melted into warm goo. This wasn't just a ruined snack. It was a profound revelation about controlling invisible powers. Spencer realized that these high-frequency waves could be tamed, trapped, and forced to serve us. Just as authoritarian regimes dictate reality, science dictates how electromagnetic forces behave. If human engineering is clever enough to cage radiation, then the concept of solid walls changes. Spencer used this principle to show that true innovation begins with mastering the unseen world. Everything else is just a practical application of physics. But why does our mind panic so easily? Psychologists and sociologists have studied this deep radiophobia for several turbulent decades. It turns out our perception is deeply flawed. We instinctively fear anything we cannot touch or see. We are heavily prone to cognitive biases, yielding to alarming myths and trusting internet rumors. Modern media culture completely loves exploiting this specific glitch in our logical processing. Think of endless forum threads and panic about smart meters, cell towers, and wireless internet. It is a massive digital manifesto against invisible forces that society fundamentally misunderstands. In popular culture, the microwave has ironically become a prominent symbol of artificial poisoning. However, things get genuinely fascinating when we transition from abstract fear to physical reality. What if I told you there is a physical barrier right in your kitchen that bends the laws of optics? Imagine this. You press the start button, the interior lights up, and you watch the carousel spin. You see the light clearly. Your brain assumes that if light escapes, the harmful heat must as well. But the laws of physics are playing a massive optical illusion on you, right inside your own home. Look closely at the door. You will notice a dark metal layer covered in thousands of tiny circles. This metallic grid is called a Faraday cage. It is the ultimate boundary between safety and danger. The radiation inside operates at exactly 2.4 gigahertz. That creates a specific wave. The physical length of this powerful wave is precisely 12 centimeters from one peak to another. But the tiny punched holes in that metal mesh are only about 2 or 3 millimeters in diameter. Here is where your common sense enters into a violent conflict with invisible quantum mechanics. The gigantic energy waves physically cannot squeeze through those minuscule metallic perforations. They bounce off the grid like a massive beach ball, violently slamming into a tightly woven fence. Meanwhile, visible light has a wavelength many hundreds of times thinner than a single human hair. It easily slips through the millimeter holes, letting your eyes see the food while blocking heat. The brain wants the transparent glass to be dangerous so badly that it ignores the metallic shield. In front of this machine, reality becomes just as wonderfully plastic as in any science fiction tale. The ultimate lesson of this kitchen paradox lies deeply embedded within proper critical thinking. The metal mesh teaches us that true knowledge isn't just dry scientific facts, but absolute scale. It is vital to ask what kind of waves are being emitted and whether your brain is tricking you now. Even the most mundane domestic appliance can become a terrifying monster if we stop asking questions. These strange phenomena right on our countertops are absolutely essential to wake our minds up daily. They silently remind us that our human senses are imperfect and the universe is wonderfully complex. We truly believe that to see the beauty of the physical world, you must boldly doubt the obvious. It is precisely where basic visual intuition loudly cracks that the real scientific adventure begins. When you understand how a simple mesh blocks giant waves, you reclaim your power over hidden fears. You stop being a victim of misinformation and start appreciating the genius of modern engineering. Subscribe to our channel, drop a big like, and comment what invisible forces you want explored next.